All right, so now we want to be able to add features to our web page so that we can see how many customers are going to be in our customer list. And then, since we're only looking at 10 at a time, we want to be able to do a page feature where we can go to next page, or previous page, and jump back and forth between the beginning and the end. So first thing, let's get our number of records. So I'm going to go up here after customer list and hit enter. And I'm just going to add in the text, number of customers in list. And of course, when you're doing your web page, this text could be anything you wanted. And then now, again, we go over to server behaviors, click on the black plus sign. And then the fifth option down is a group of options for displaying the record count. And we're going to go and pick the last one that says display total records. And then we have to pick which record set do we want to know the total for. And that's going to be the customer's record set in this case. So we click OK. And then we can see the server tool has added a dynamic field to our display. And if we go ahead and save it and flip back over to our browser page and refresh, now we can see that our page reflects the fact that we've got 91 customers in our table. So now we know that when we start paging through this data, since we're showing 10 at a time, it should show us 9 pages of 10, and then the very last page should just have one record on it because we've got 91 records total. All right, so let's flip back to Dreamweaver and let's add those paging controls. I'm going to add the paging controls underneath the table, but you could put them above the table, or a lot of times for ease of use, once you create the paging controls, you can copy paste them so that you have them above the table and below the table on both sides. And for this example, we're just going to use words as our paging controls. So let's type in first page and then do Control Shift space. So if you do Control Shift in the space bar, you can put in multiple spaces. So put in 4 or 5 spaces to create a little bit of spacing. Control Shift and space all at one time. And then type in the words previous page. And again, put some spaces in. Then we'll type in the words next page and put some spaces in. And type in the words last page. Now, again, this can be done any number of ways. You could have used the shortened words first, previous, next, last. You could also do this with graphics. You see it a lot of times with arrows. So first page would be 2 left arrows. Previous page would be 1 left arrow. So all kinds of different options for what we can do here. All right, so highlight the words first page. Click on the plus sign under server behaviors. You can see that these server behavior tools are giving us some very advanced things that we could do. And we have the menu group for record set paging. So our label for first page, we want to pick the behavior that says move to first page. Now it wants to know which record set do we want to move to the first page of, and it's the customer's record set that we're working with. So click OK. Now that behavior has been added to our list. Okay, highlight previous page. Click on the plus sign, go to record set paging, and then pick the move to previous page behavior. We're still doing the customer's record set. Okay. Do the next one, next page. Click on the plus sign, go to record set paging, move to next page. Same record set customers. Okay. And then finally highlight last page. Click on the plus sign, go to record set paging, and choose the behavior move to last page. So now we have 4 behaviors defined that's going to let us move between our pages. And if we go ahead and save that, go back to our page in the browser, now you should see those 4 links at the bottom of your page for going to the first page, the previous page, the next page, and the last page. So now if you just click on the link, like if I go to next page, this page ends with a company whose name starts with B. So if I go to the next page, I see I'm still on the B's, and then the C's start to appear. Hit the next page, I've got the next set of 10. I can go through all of my pages until I see, like we expected, the last page just has 1 record showing. Since there's 91 records, there would be 9 pages of 10 plus 1 page with 1 record. And then I can click first page to jump back to the beginning. I can do last page to jump right to the end. And I can use previous page to go back through. And then if we flip back to Dreamweaver, if we want this navigation to appear above the table as well as below the table, the easiest way to copy this is to go to the code view. So we make sure we get all the code. And then we can see, if you look underneath the table tag, you should see a paragraph tag and then a lot of mixed PHP code along with the labels that we created. There's the first page one. Here's all those spaces we typed in between. Here's the previous page link. There's all the spaces in between. Here's the next page link. There's all the spaces in between. And then finally, here's the last page link. And then we see the /p that ends the paragraph that all four of those links are inside. Now that I have that highlighted, I'm going to press Control C to copy. Scroll back up in my code view so I can find where my table begins. And I'm going to paste this into some blank space in front of my table. And if I go back to design view, now I see that I have my navigation links above the table and the navigation links are below the table. And if I do File, Save, go back over to my document, now I can see I can use the links at either the top or the bottom of the table in order to navigate through my customer list.